margin trading, because margin trading is death. And if you ever short, it's super omega death. People don't understand how bad shorting is. I'm going to give you the quick short version of it. Well, after I plug DeFi. DeFi and EVM chains stop you from having to suckle middleman D to get out of risk. You can get into a stablecoin like DAI, which is the least risk you can get. It's still risky because USDC and USDT. But in order for USDT and USDT to screw DAI, they really have to like lock all the coins because they're like commingled. And it's kind of, no one would ever buy USDC and USDT again if they did that. So it's kind of existential risk for their business model. So they're unlikely to do it. So like, EVM chains, vastly superior to non-EVM chains because you can de-risk and trade without counterparty risk and without middleman D. It's beautiful and it's amazing and everything's already proof of reserved. Unless you have fake DeFi, which has admin keys, and there's a lot of that. Unless you have fake DeFi, which doesn't use time-weighted average price and gets liquidated in flash bot attacks. Some of this is a little too advanced for the new guys. So what was I going to say before I was plugging DeFi? What was the other thing?
Margin and...
Yeah, margin. There was another thing too. Getting wrecked. Oh, shorting. Listen,
and you get
let's say
right, and how everybody
dude,
else is stupid.
Please don't make me measure up. Please. I suck, okay? I know how much I suck. Fat, old, I get it. I even got gray hair now. I suck. So, margin trading. Every single finance firm that's in existence that's still alive is long. The short ones are all dead. You get liquidated shorting a Ponzi. You shorted Luna, it went down 90% 3 times in 2 weeks. You still got liquidated on Scamwix. Oops. You short Herbalife. That dude, Bill Ackman, lost $2 billion or $1 billion shorting Herbalife. Lol. And what's Herbalife? Maximum middlemen. What's the maximum middlemen we can put between product and user? Totally inefficient business model. And the guy that shorted it got totally liquidated. Now let's talk about the long guys. So let's say you bought Bitcoin at $1. You wrote it up to 70K. You made 70,000 X. It's not bad. Now let's say you took the other side of the same move. You shorted Bitcoin at 70K. It went to 0, which it didn't, but let's pretend it did. It went to 0. How many X did you make? You made 1X. Now wait a second, Richard, are you sure on this math? Yeah, I'm real sure on the math. Let's go through it again so that you know the difference between longing and shorting, because a lot of these guys that get liquidated in crypto got liquidated while being short. Buy Bitcoin at $1, goes up to 70X, $70,000. You made 70,000 times your money. Your $1 turned into $70,000. You go short. You short one Bitcoin at 70K. It costs you the same. Actually, it costs you $70,000. To long it cost $1. To short one Bitcoin costs 70K. It goes to 0. You only made 1X. You made 70K. So you literally made 70,000 times more money being long than being short. Because for the same $70,000 of risk, you could have longed 70,000 Bitcoin at $1. But if you're short, that same 70 grand only shorts one Bitcoin and it goes to 0, you only made a 1X. So people that short crypto, to me, it's hilarious because you're not going to make any money and you're going to get entirely liquidated. And that's the same thing with trading crypto to crypto pairs. Look, Bitcoin, like the COVID dip took Ethereum from 88 to 5,000. That's like, hey, what, 60? Go ahead.
You keep mentioning DeFi, man, and there's a shitload of scam DeFi, right? So
yeah, mostly.
No, exactly, man. So I think it's probably helpful, and I know this, and you know this, like to explain some DeFi that makes sense, because a lot of people that are new get wrecked the most in DeFi. It's not just the
Uniswap. Yeah.
So I think that's helpful to qualify it for everyone, man, because it's easy to just throw DeFi around because the whole space does it, and then people get wrecked every day because of that word.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
I almost hate the word DeFi, you know?
Hey, look, I agree with you. I agree with you. You guys remember who made Uniswap popular? Remember who advertised it more than Hayden Adams, the founder? Remember whose coin had the majority of liquidity and trades on it for like 6 months?
I have a guess. Hold on. I have a guess. Hold on. I think it's Richard. You're gonna say it's you. Okay, bro. I'll let Tara go if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Richard. Go ahead, Tara. I saw you on mute.
Oh, I had requested a little bit ago before, the whole measuring contest began. So I'm just sitting here having a nice laugh.
Sure. Well, I'll
measure up, Tara. Get your ruler.
I'll give you the mic. I'll give you the mic afterwards.
Richard, but I don't want to put you in your place. I'm just playing.
I want to mention something. Simon, do you wanna, Simon, I know you tried to mention this earlier. Richard didn't get a chance. Richard, I think you'll agree with this one with Simon. You guys tend to agree more than you think. Simon
makes money on people that take your keys away from you. I still like him. He's a nice guy. but he makes money on people taking your keys from you. I don't want you to ever give your keys to anybody.
Simon, did you want to bring up the Celsius and the people that were hurt? I know you were mentioning it earlier. I'd love to give you the mic again to mention that again.
No, yeah, I just want to say, Richard, like it's I understand, you know, you have a different way of coming about things, and there are some pearls and wisdom amongst all the dick measuring and bragging and things and selecting the things that you did say, but there are some things you do get wrong, and you never talk about those. But
well, just tell me what they are and apologize.
Well, I think if we got Peter Schiff up and you did a 1-year chart of gold versus Hex when you told everyone to buy Hex, you'd probably find that Peter Schiff was right over the last year.
So anyway, we're going to do that for Amazon too and Facebook too, right? And we're pretend they're bad assets.
But
we're going to pretend everything down this year is a bad asset, right? So then the whole global, everything's just bad assets because everything's down this year, right?
Yeah. But what I wanted to say is that I have recently just been given some messages, and I sent Mario a video on like some story around people that have actually taken their life because of these things, and there are a lot of people that are on the verge and on the edge, and
guys, we're gonna have a bull run soon. Just stick in the game for a while, man. There's no reason to kill yourself. You're going to be able to get really rich in the next bull run. Just hang out for a while.
Sure.
This is
tough love
way too serious.
No, tough love does help for some people, but I know it's way too serious. But I got hundreds and hundreds of messages from people that appreciated that message and really needed it at that time because they were feeling really, really shitty.
I have a question, man, because I'm not a Hex dude at all. Me and Richard actually has my ass blocked. So here's the thing. Like, my question is, the advice you give to people, does it get people wrecked? Like, when you keep talking about all the advice you give, and I followed you for a long time, but a lot of the advice you give, man, I'm just being honest, is not helpful for the average person.
You talking about me, Richard? You talking about me?
Simon.
My advice, diversification, dollar cost averaging.
I'm talking about the way,
preparing
like,
for different outcomes. Yeah, I mean, it may not perform as well as a pump and dump.
The Celsius group and all the Celsius conversations it just blows my mind, man. The amount of knowledge that was given to people that was incorrect across the space, and then now it's like we got all these self-help groups. And it's like this is not new information. This has been going on for a long time, man. Like, this is not the first. I think the first exchange I got wrecked on was Cryptopia. You know, like, Celsius isn't new. FTX is not new. None of these blowups are new. Like,
here's the sad part, bro. Crypto's doing fine.
Are you referring to? Like, I don't think anyone on this stage says that you should store your money on an exchange. Everyone's been, you know, that's everyone says that on this stage.
What I'm saying is, it's better to talk to people that are new to retail about the right way to use crypto, man. And, like, it seems like every time the crypto blows up, it just becomes a self-help group. Like, if we're ever going to get past this bullshit, we need to focus on the real thing, which is educating people on how to actually use the products.
Absolutely.
And it just keeps happening over and over again, where there's a blow up and then we go into self-help mode. And then we just kick, 70% of the community leaves crypto and disappears, and then we try to bring new people in with new bullshit.
All of us try to get people to use cold storage, and all of us say that that's the right way to go.
I just hate hearing, like, every time this self-help, like,
if you promote margin trading, you're a piece of shit, and it's really that simple.
I don't promote margin trading.
I'm not trying to attack you, bro. I'm just saying, most of this space does, man. Like,
okay, cool.
A lot of this space promotes margin trading. A lot of this space promotes centralized services. A lot of this space invests and uses their money to invest in centralized products and services, and sucks in new users and gets user base based on these investments.
Bro, FTX sponsored e-gaming. Who watches e-gaming? Kids. And what are they trying to do? Get kids to margin trade. The most likely thing to kill you in your 20s is yourself.